Hi, this is Tannen Teston with the Teston team, and this is our first video in our Agent Success series. And we're going to be sharing what we've learned to help other agents grow in the real estate business. And we'll share what we've learned and what we've put into practice in our own business over the last 20 plus years in real estate and related industries. So our first video is going to be about new licensed real estate agents or people who are thinking about making a career change and getting into real estate. And we're doing this because we get approached quite a bit from people that we know or referred to us from people that we know. They're looking to make a career change and they're thinking real estate is the right fit for them. So I'm going to give you 10 questions that you can ask yourself to help you determine whether real estate sales is the right fit for you. Question number 1, do you have the savings or income to support yourself for 6 months, possibly up to a year? That's question number 1. In real estate, it takes about 30 to 45 days once a customer goes under contract before you get paid your commission check. With that being said, it does take some time to build up to that initial contract. You have to get licensed with your boards, pay your dues, get your Supra key set up so you have access to electronic lockboxes and access to the properties. If you're going to be listing a property right away, you have to have funds for marketing, for your signage. There's a lot that goes into marketing a property. So with that being said, not only do you have to have money for your daily and monthly living expenses, but also what are you going to need in that nest egg for your dues and for your miscellaneous real estate items that come up. So take that all into consideration. That's why I say up to a year's worth of income, because not only does it take some time to build that business and get those transactions closed, there tends to be more funds needed than what you can always anticipate for. No different than if you go on a vacation, anticipate to pay a little bit more, or buying a car, same thing. Question number 2, are you going to be a full-time agent or a part-time agent? If you have high goals for yourself that you want to bring in an income that's at least 6 figures a year, expect to do real estate part-time. 10% of the agents do 90% of the transactions, and I guarantee you those 10% of the agents are committed full-time to real estate. The next set of questions I have are more behavioral style questions to see if real estate sales is fit for you. Number 3, are you willing to do what it takes to succeed? So there's 2 types of approaches that I talk a lot about in real estate. And your first one is going to be your passive approach, which a lot of agents tend to take this approach and only take this approach. The passive approach is going to be putting your information out there and then waiting for the phone calls to come. So social media posts, postcard mail outs, email blasts, that's putting your information out there. And part of sales is doing a combination of that passive approach, which is important. It does help with your long-term growth. And we've had a high level of success over a longer period of time doing that passive approach as part of our touches to our database. But in order to see a success immediately in your business, that first year, you're going to have to take a more assertive approach to your real estate business and continually keep that up if you want to continue to grow your database. That's going to be your door knocking, your cold calling, your open houses. We always tell newer agents, when you're building your database, you should be doing open houses at a minimum of twice a month to get those customers who are looking right now within the next 60 to 90 days to close on a home. So if you're looking for immediate business, you need to take a really assertive approach to your real estate. Are you willing to do that? There's a saying that goes, the most successful agents have also been the most rejected agents. And that's because real estate is a numbers game. The more people that you talk to, the more conversations that you have, the more customers you're going to have, and the more contracts and the more closings. Those successful agents have learned to get thick skin because they've been rejected so many times and have heard that word no. But if you keep going, you will hear that word yes. Number 4, are you comfortable striking up a conversation with a stranger? A lot of sales agents know how to work a room. They know how to initiate and strike up that conversation. There's a much different approach to things as far as being able to respond. And yes, you can have a conversation, you can hold a conversation, you can respond to a conversation, but sales agents typically are the ones who go out and initiate and strike up that conversation. Number 5, can you be flexible and somewhat unpredictable with your schedule? So I know a lot of people get into the real estate business because we're looking for a more flexible schedule for our own lives. We don't want to work 9 to 5. We don't want to have a set hour in our day, right? But as realtors, we are flexible to what our customers' needs are. And the majority of the time, our customers could be afternoons and evenings, as well as your weekends, especially if you're going out and doing your open houses and doing your assertive approach to real estate. So if you can be flexible in your time to work your evenings, your weekends, then you more than likely will have a higher success rate in your real estate career, especially starting off to build that book of business. Once you get a little bit more established, you may be able to set more parameters for yourself or build a team or have a team to rely on and divvy out the days and showings. But initially starting out your career, you're going to need to be flexible on being able to show times when your customers are available. Number 6, would you rather be networking or sitting behind a computer working on administrative type of work? If you would rather be out networking, then sales may be a better fit for you. If you like more of the administrative portion of it, analyzing the data, working on the spreadsheets, entering CRM, sending out the emails, then you may want to look into other careers that are still real estate related, but not necessarily out in the field as real estate sales. Number 7, do you have a learning mindset? And this is important really in any field that you go into, but real estate is ever changing. Our contract laws are always changing. Rules and regulations are always changing. So you have to have that learning mindset in order to improve yourself, improve your business, learning new techniques and tactics in order to grow your business, staying up to date on all the contract changes, and then also technology. Technology is also always changing, and there's new apps and things that are coming in. So if you can adapt and learn new technology, real estate may be a good fit for you. Number 8, are you active in groups and charities and within your communities? And I'm not necessarily talking about just in a farming sense, but having a niche that you're already involved in, because those open those opportunities for more conversations. And it's not just about being a part of those groups, it's about really playing an active role within those groups. Do you have organizational skills? It's so important to be organized in real estate sales. And we know a lot of people who are wonderful. They're so great at the sales aspect of it, but they're lacking when it comes to the organizational part of it, which is very important and critical as well. You have a CRM to keep up with, and that's your database where you keep all of your contacts in. You'll need a follow-up system to follow up with all those people in your database. They say it takes anywhere from 6 to 10 times of touching someone and following up with them before that initial conversation turns into a customer. You need to be aware of scheduling your time. Just like we talked about being flexible in your time, you need to be good at organizing it so you can stay on top of how sporadic it can be. And then as well as keeping track of your source of business. One suggestion I always make to everybody in real estate sales is keep track of where that business comes from so that you can continue to pour into that in the following years. And then of course, you can't forget tax time. So it's important to be organized with your finances so that when you do your taxes, it's not a shock and a surprise to you come tax time. And the last piece of advice or last question you have is, are you a people person? Do you work well with others? That is so critical in our industry because not only are you working with your customers on a daily basis, you're working with other real estate professionals on contracts, you're working with lenders who are handling the financing, your title companies, your inspectors. And when you work well with others, transactions go so much smoother. So ask yourself those 10 questions to help you determine whether real estate sales is the right industry for you, or perhaps you may want to look at other opportunities within real estate as well.